Dr. Celerin of the Threxian Union did not expect to faint on her first day studying a human. She had reviewed battlefield injuries from plasma storms. She had reconstructed shattered neural lattice. She had remained calm during a hull breach in open orbit, but nothing in her long medical career prepared her for a standard human anatomy report. The file opened in a column of shifting numbers, temperature ranges fluctuating, heart rhythm changing from moment to moment, chemical reactions igniting. Inside living tissue, she adjusted her translation lens and read again: water content 60%, electrical impulses driving cognition. Microorganisms living inside the body in vast numbers. She froze across the clinical chamber. Lieutenant Mara INS of the United Terran Fleet waited patiently. She wore a relaxed smile. Her posture showed no distressed ear. Celerin lifted her gaze slowly. "You are composed mostly of liquid that corrodes metal," she said. Mara blinked. "That is just water. You circulate reactive iron compounds inside your vessels. That is blood you inhale, an oxidizing gas to power cellular combustion. We call it oxygen." Celerin felt her dorsal frills tighten. "This profile indicates instability." "It works," Mara said. Simply the Threxian medical spire floated above the blue star, Kepri. Its corridors were crystalline and silent. Its air was purified beyond molecular contamination. Threxians valued equilibrium. Their biology had not shifted in millions of cycles. Humans had joined the Galactic Cooperative. Only 2 years earlier, 2 years of quiet alarm. Celerin had volunteered to lead the Human Biological Assessment Program. She expected unusual traits. Every species possessed something strange. The Glissari regenerated limbs, the Oranth required frozen atmospheres, but humans were something else. The formal examination began the following cycle. Mara lay inside a translucent diagnostic field. Soft light traced her outline, sensors mapped her chemistry in real-time. Baseline heart rate, Celerin said 68 beats per minute, replied the assistant. Apply minor thermal variation. The chamber cooled by 3 degrees, heart rate increasing, adrenaline rising. Peripheral vessels constricting. She prepares for combat. Celerin whispered. Mara spoke through the audio link. "Know that is just being slightly cold. Your body deploys chemical stimulants for temperature change. That is normal for us." Loren studied the cascade of reactions. Initiate airborne particle exposure. Microscopic dust entered the chamber. White blood cells surged. Histamines released inflammatory markers. Spike. She is attacking the environment, Celerin said. Mara sniffed. Allergescu are allergic to atmospheric dust. Simultaneously felt the floor tilt. Proceed to microbiome scan. High resolution imaging illuminated the interior of Mara digestive system. Colonies of bacteria filled the display. Dense ecosystems thriving in warmth and darkness. Population estimate, asked Celerin. Approximately 39 trillion, replied the assistant. Stared. You contain more foreign organisms than native cells. Technically yes, Mara said. You permit this. They help us digest food. And if they mutate our immune system, adapt. Celerin turned slowly toward the data. Adaptive immune architecture confirmed, said the assistant. Memory encoding detected. Antibody diversity expanding. You upgrade your internal defenses. Celerin said. Din away. Yes. Pain response mapping was next. Minimal neural stimulus. Celerin ordered. A faint electric pulse touched Mara forearm. Mara said increase by 10%. Her muscles tightened. Neurochemical analysis indicates endorphin release, said the assistant. She is counteracting pain with internal narcotics. Celerin murmured. 20% stop, Celerin said. Abruptly her vision narrowed. Endogenous analgesics, rapid neural rerouting, stress modulation. The room swayed. Dr. Celerin of the Threxian Union fainted when she regained awareness. she lay on a recovery platform. Cooling mist drifted over her scales. Her assistant monitored her vital harmonics. Mara sat nearby, looking concerned. You lost consciousness. Mara said. I do not lose consciousness, Celerin replied weakly. You did. Celerin pushed herself upright. To her biology is chaos, it functions. Mara answered. You replace your skin monthly, roughly your bones dissolve and rebuild. Is Sue intentionally consume capsaicin, which triggers pain receptors. Spicy food is enjoyable, it activates suffering. We like the sensation. Saloni covered her eyes briefly. Ferment plant matter into intoxicating liquids. Beer is traditional. It is microbial waste still popular. Celerin exhaled. Slowly your species survives radiation exposure beyond galactic baseline. Not comfortably you heal fractured bones, stronger than before. Sometimes you endure viral mutation through immune memory. Lowered her hands. When I first reviewed your anatomy, I believed you were a biological accident. Mara tilted her head. A noun. I believe you are a biological strategy. Explain. Most species in the cooperative evolved towards stability, Celerin said. We eliminated volatility, we reduced mutation, we optimized predictability. And humans, you embraced volatility, you coexist with mutation. You adapt instead of preventing change. Mara considered that Earth was not stable. Climate shifts, predators, pathogens, natural disasters. We did not have a choice, she said. Learn. Reviewed planetary archives, mass extinctions, ice ages, tectonic upheaval, survived repeated catastrophe, barely sometimes. Yet, you persisted. Mara gave a small nod. Celerin activated her recorder. Preliminary conclusion. Homo sapiens, high variability, extreme environmental tolerance, symbiotic internal ecosystems, adaptive immune system, endogenous pain regulation, dynamic skeletal remodeling. She paused. Overall assessment, unpredictable but resilient. Threat level, moderate in conflict, exceptional in survival. Recommended classification, valuable. Mara exhaled. That sounds promising. Zeleny turned off the recorder. When we describe you as volatile, it is not insult. I know it is admiration. Mara smiled. We think you are remarkable. To be, because our neural matrices are crystalline. Because you built a civilization that lasted millions of years without collapsacillin. Considered that quietly, perhaps. Stability without adaptation becomes fragility, perhaps. Volatility with resilience becomes strength. She extended one careful hand. Mara clasped it firmly. Warm, moist, pulsing with reactive iron and electric. Thoughtle, live. In a way that defied elegant symmetry. As Mara left the chamber, Celerin reviewed the final scan. Trillions of microbes, collaborating cells, dividing and repairing. Proteins folding in complex chains, immune sentinels patrolling vast internal territory. Chaos. Yes, but organized chaos. Self correcting chaos. Humans were not perfect. They fractured. They bled. They argued. Then they learned. Celerin adjusted her posture. The fainting incident would not enter the official archive, but she would remember the revelation. The most extraordinary element of human biology was not their liquid composition, not their internal ecosystems, not their chemical combustion. It was their capacity to change and survive in a galaxy that feared instability. That might be the greatest strength of all. Asterisk.